Welcome to Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, the War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman. The Pentagon's accused Iranian-backed militants of killing 3 U.S. soldiers and injuring 34 others in a drone strike at a base in Jordan near the Syrian and Iraq border. On Sunday, President Biden vowed the U.S. would respond, quote, at a time and in a manner of our choosing, unquote. The attack comes less than a month after a U.S. drone strike in Baghdad killed the head of an Iranian-backed militia. A group called the Islamic Resistance in Iraq has claimed responsibility for attacking the U.S. forces in Jordan. Iran's denied any involvement. In a statement, the Islamic Resistance in Iraq said, quote, if the U.S. keeps supporting Israel, there'll be escalation. All U.S. interests in the region are legitimate targets, and we don't care about U.S. threats to respond, unquote. The drone strike was the first fatal attack on U.S. forces in the Middle East since Hamas attacked Israel on October 7th. 2 U.S. Navy SEALs died January 11th after going overboard while raiding a ship suspected of carrying Iranian arms off the coast of Somalia. In Gaza, Israeli attacks have killed at least 373 Palestinians since Friday, when the International Court of Justice ordered Israel to take all possible measures to prevent genocide in Gaza. In another major development, the United States and at least 12 other nations have suspended funding to UNRWA. That's the UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees, after Israel accused 12 employees of the agency of taking part in the Hamas attack on October 7th. UNRWA is one of the largest employers in Gaza, with a staff of over 13,000. It provides essential aid to most of Gaza's 2.3 million residents. The agency responded to Israel's allegations by firing 9 employees. The head of UNRWA, Philippe Lazzarini, condemned the freezing of funds at a time when famine is looming in Gaza. He said, quote, Palestinians in Gaza did not need this additional collective punishment. This stains all of us, he said. Palestinian Prime Minister Mohammed Shtayyeh urged countries to reverse their decision to freeze UNRWA funds.
The suspension of aid is in line with the Israeli plans for the forced evacuation of our people from Gaza into Egypt. The suspension of aid comes at the most difficult times, at a time when the International Court of Justice has called for an immediate supply and increase supplies and international aid into Gaza. UNRWA provide aid for 1.7 million Palestinians in Gaza.
Norway is continuing to fund UNRWA. We'll speak with the head of the Norwegian Refugee Council, Jan Egeland, later in the broadcast. In other news on Gaza, CIA Director William Burns is taking part in talks in Paris with officials from Israel, Egypt, and Qatar over a proposed deal involving the release of Israeli hostages in Gaza in exchange for a 2-month pause to Israel's assault. Thousands of Israelis gathered in Jerusalem on Sunday for a major conference calling for Palestinians to be removed from Gaza in order to rebuild Jewish settlements. Speakers at the conference included Israel's National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir and Israel's Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich.
We are settling our land from width to length, controlling it and fighting terror always, and bringing, with God's help, security to all of Israel. You know what the answer is. Without settlement, there is no security.